Hello, my name's Steve Mills, and I'm here to produce a short video just to explain how to use the Freshsales automation emailing in order to produce a campaign. Now, by definition of a campaign, I don't mean a one-off event. What I mean is a series of actions that are taken over a given amount of time. Now, in Freshsales, these actions could be phone calls, they could be emails, they could be text messages. And so, for example, a campaign might be, let's say somebody makes an inquiry. So as soon as they make an inquiry on my website, they're automatically added into Freshsales, and Freshsales send them an email saying, thanks very much for your inquiry. It then allocates a task for me to follow up with that person within 10 minutes of the email going out. It then as soon as I've ticked off that I've done that, it then follows that up with an email saying it was nice to talk to you. Then the following day, it sends another email out, perhaps with a video in it, basically saying, telling people a little bit more about what I do and how I can help people. Then a couple of days later, it sends them a copy of a report that I've written on how to get more people to your website, for example. It then allocates another phone call for me because it's been like 4 days and we've not heard from them yet. And it allocates that for me. Then after that, it sends out a text message saying something else. And then after that, it sends another video or an email, and then another one and another, and literally going back as long as you would like it to go. It could be an initial 12-month campaign of email marketing. It's literally whatever you want it to be. So that's what I'm going to show you. So I'm going to just share my screen and let's see this in real life. Okay, so if we go in there, okay, so I'm in Freshworks here, and the first thing you need to look at is the setting up of your data, because this is really important. You know, rubbish in, rubbish out is very, very true. So firstly, we need to make sure that everybody's, got all their information in there, their name, their email address, the phone number if we've got it. Freshsales gives it a rating in terms of the communication that they've done. So if they've read emails and clicked and opened and clicked on links, their score goes up. So there's more interaction, which is always a good thing. It then allocates tags, accounts if we've got their company name, subscription status, where they've come from, and their contacts on LinkedIn if we've got that. So, this is a really useful thing to set up. Now, one of the most important things as far as email is concerned is the tagging of people. You can see here I've got various tags. I've got people who are in my Results Mastery University, others who are part of my Results Mastery program. I've got clients, prospects, people who are inactive, people who've bounced, people who are in the UK, people who are coaches, all my contacts if I want to send a message out to those. And I've obviously got lots of other tags in there. So I've got a tag I know called accountants. I've got another one called businesses on the Isle of Wight, and so on and so forth. And what these all enable me to do is to segment my list. So if I wanted to send an email out to all my clients who are on the Isle of Wight, I can just select clients, Isle of Wight, and then do a segmented email campaign to them. So there's a couple of ways of doing that, just to clarify. I could just go, right, this is going out to everybody who's a coach on my database, which is 233 people. So I just click that. That's now selected all 233 people. Actually, no, it hasn't. I need to just click that. So that's now done that. And then you can see really easy. I can just go to bulk email. I have to put in this number for whatever reason. Not quite sure about that one, but there we go. That's what they want you to do. So that's what you got to do. So you can put that in, and then you can very easily just start typing and write whatever you want. Or if you want to, you can use a predetermined template that I've got here. And you can see in here, to save time, you can produce a whole variety of different templates, which are not opening. There we go. They're now opened. So this one here, for example, is an email that I use for people when they first connected to me on LinkedIn. This one here is an email for people who've said they're interested in something, but then I've sort of lost contact with them. And you can see there's loads of different campaigns in here. Lost touch email, newsletter, and so on and so forth. No show, so they booked a meeting and haven't turned up, and so on and so forth. So there's a whole variety of different emails. Now, let me just, I'll just click on that top one there, that one. Yeah, that one there. Okay, so I open that up. And you can see there, thanks for connecting, you know, we can leave it there or get in touch. And then I can either just do there, schedule, send it now, or schedule it. If I want to schedule it, I can pick when I want to do it. I can pick a certain date, a certain time, and then just send out there. Really, really easy. So that's one way of doing it. Now, the way that I'm actually going to show you today, let me just, can't seem to close that. Internet, I think, is a little bit slow, is a little bit different to that. It's actually in here. So see that funny little squiddle with a circle around it? That's what you're looking for. And what we're going to do is we're going to send out a sales sequence. Actually, we're going to produce a sales sequence. So you can see here, these are ones I've already done. And this is what actually happens. So we go in here and we create this series of events. So I'm going to click that there, and I'm going to call my sequence something. I'm going to call it, there we go. I'm going to call it January 2024 campaign. Okay, so this is a campaign. I'm going to say have 4 different actions in it, and let's get going. Okay, so who's it for? Is it for people or for companies? It's for people. Okay, add contacts to this sequence. So if I want to do that up front, I want to add people, I can just go in here and I can select whoever I want here. If I just type in, make it easy, prospects. Yeah, can confirm that, and yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So I'm just going to do my prospects, but you could do prospects and then clients as well if you wanted, or you know, whatever you want. Set a limit for contacts entering this sequence. No, I don't want to do that. I'm happy with as many people as I can get in there. That would be good. Is it an outbound sequence, a classic sequence, or a smart sequence? Let me just clarify that for you. So an outbound sequence executes all your steps one after another, run every day. So if it was like for, I don't know, 10 days or something like that, that's the one you'd use. A classic sequence executes your steps on the day you specify at a given time. A smart sequence executes the most relevant step over, again, a specific amount of time. Okay, so let's do this one. We're going to do the classic one. You can pick whichever one you want. I'm going to do executes your steps on a day you specify at 11:30, and I can change the time if I want to. I'm going to use that particular step. 11:30 is fine. Okay. So what am I going to do? The first thing I'm going to do is I want to send them an email campaign. Okay. So I click there and add email. Okay. Now what I need to do here then is to send them an email that I've already written that is a template. I'll show you how to write a template when we finish this bit, but just for now, let's just assume I've already done this. So I'm going to use the first LinkedIn email again. Okay, so let's assume that this is for new people who've just connected to me on LinkedIn. Okay, so we click that and save that there. Okay, so that's happening, as you can see, on day one. Okay, now the next one here, what do we want to happen next? Now, if we want a task, if we want, me to pick up the phone and call someone, we can do that. If we want to add a phone number, if we want to be specific about it being a call, we can do that. If we want to send them an SMS, a text message, we can do that. Or we can send an email reminder, which is basically saying, did you get my email the other day? Just a reminder to book your meeting with Steve, for example. But what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to book another email. I'm going to book another email in to send. So first thing I need to decide is, when do I want to send that email? So for example, if you send it one day and then you sent it the next day, excuse me, you might want to say on your email, just a quick follow-up from the email I sent you yesterday. Obviously, if you're having a 7-day gap, you might say, just a quick reminder following the email I sent you last week or 7 days ago. Okay, so depends what you want to do. You can do pretty much whatever. You can send it once a month, once a year. If you're in a business that has like an annual renewal, you've got a contract, an agreement, people sign up for a year, and then on month 11, you want to get in touch and say, isn't it about time you renewed your contract, your agreement? So you could do that, but I'm going to do it 2 days later. Give them a couple of days to respond, and then we can then select the template, and I'll use the second email. So you can see that one there, and then there we go. So we've now got a campaign that's got day one, they're going to get the first email campaign. Day two, 2 days later, they're going to get the next one. And that's as simple as it is. Okay, that's all you have to do. You can tick these buttons here. If I just read them, for remove contacts who have gone through all the steps. So basically, once they've received whatever the steps are, they're not going to then receive them again, because you don't want that. And then remove contact who don't have an owner. I don't think I'd do that. If people have not been allocated a salesperson in my company, I still want them to get an email. Remove contacts who've replied to your email. Now that one I do want, because I don't want to say, if somebody's emailed me back on the first one, and they've said, oh yeah, I'm really interested, Steve, can I book a meeting? I don't want 2 days later them to receive an email from me saying, I've not heard from you, this is a reminder. You get me? So it's quite clever what you can do here. So I do want to remove contacts who've replied to my email. Remove contacts whose email is bounced. Yeah, absolutely, I want to do that. And remove contacts who've unsubscribed. I definitely want to do that. So so that's it. And then all we literally do there is then I press save and start. Obviously, I don't want to do that because that's just an example so far. But then if there's anything else I want to do here, a call reminder. I mean, I can show you this, but it's like as easy as could be. follow-up task. When do you want to do it? Let's do it on day 3 at 11:30. That's fine, or I can change the time to 10:15 and then just save, and out that goes. So, you know, it's as easy as could be. And once that's done, that will just run to that database, and that's basically the way to do it. So let me just show you the templates, how to set those up, just so you know. I'm just trying to remember where they are. They're here somewhere. Where are they? There they are, there. So they're under that little like question mark bubble type thing. You go to email templates. There we go. And you can see all my templates here. But to set one up, all we have to do is to go into create email. We need to name the template. So I could call it something like 1st January 2024 email, right? I then need to write a subject line. Obviously, that the 1st January email is not going to be seen by the person, but this bit is. So I might do something like, hi, I love personalizing headlines because it makes it more personal. So I might do insert field. Sorry, it's just a little bit slow today with the internet, I think. There we go. Hi, first name. There we go. Oh, it's mixed it up. Sorry. You just go back and do that. So I might do, hi, Mike, or Fred, whoever it is. I thought you might be interested in this. I like the use of titles that make people think, rather than saying, you know, can I help you with your marketing, and them go, no, you know, because they don't think I can help. I've said, I thought you might be interested in this. That's almost like if you think about this, the job of the headline is to get the email read, not to try and sell them something, purely to get the email read. And if you think about that, if you got an email from me with your name in it, hi, Ian, I thought you might be interested in this, from somebody that you know, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to read it, I think. You know, so that's not the only one, obviously. You know, I thought this might be of value to you. You know, and anything like that, something that makes them think about, you know, what is this? What do I need to learn? You know, are you aware of this? You know, something like that. So we do that, and again we do the, you know, the hi and insert. Why wouldn't we want to personalize this? Make it look like an email that has not gone out to 1,000 people, because nobody likes those. So I use very much plain text here. I might do something like add an image, which I can do here. I can take an image. It's a little bit of a faff on here, to be honest. But I go in here, go to branding, go to logos, go to results, take that there, copy that in, and then I have to measure it. And I've worked out that if you do a 150 in height as well, then that sort of measures about the right size for a logo. And then you do a line, because I want to align it left, and that sort of looks okay. But that's literally the only HTML that I'm going to add to this. So I then write this fantastic email, and it automatically adds the footer. If I wanted to attach anything or do anything down here, I can do that, and then I just simply go to save, and then it automatically picks it up. So when I then go, if I just close this down for now, when I then go back into my sales sequence here, I'm not sure it saved that sequence I was writing. It might have done. No, I don't think it has. But when I go back into that sequence here, it automatically will be added by just, opening that drop down and sending that message out. So that's about it. I think I don't think I've missed anything. It's a great way of doing it. Great way of saving you time. If you think about the different sequences or campaigns that you could have a lost client campaign. You could have a new client campaign. You could have a thanks for your inquiry campaign. You could have a customer service campaign. You could have a renewal one. You could have a newsletter that just automates every month. They get the newsletter, and so on. You could have a, someone didn't turn up for a meeting campaign, like 3 emails, sorry you missed our meeting today. No doubt you were busy. If you want to rebook, here's a link. And then tomorrow, another email. Sorry we missed you yesterday. Did you get our email about rebooking? If you do, here's the link. And then maybe a week later, really sorry, we've, tried to get you to rebook. Don't want to pester you any further, but if you do want to rebook, here's a link. So you get the idea. Excuse me. Trying to think of any others. I suppose things like follow-up to events, somebody attends a webinar of yours, thanks for attending. And then the following day, we'd like to offer you this. We'd love to meet you. Here's a link, and so on and so forth. Perhaps somebody's bought a product. It's great for renewals and things like that. As I say, if somebody signs up to my results mastery program, it's a 12-month program. At the end of the 12 months, after, let's say, 11 months, it sends them a message saying, your year's nearly up. However, 60% of people rebook for the following year. So it's just a quick email to see if you'd like to continue on the program. If you do, fantastic. Just drop me an email and I'll send you the agreement for the next year. That type of thing. So you can do whatever you want. You literally can. So that's it. Thanks very much for listening, and looks forward to speaking to you on my next video. Thank you.